Hey everybody, it's Susan here from Susan Makes Jewelry and more, of course. I know it's been a minute since I've sent out a video, but here comes a new one. I am going to try, really difficult for me, to create my own cane without any instructions. I don't know how it's going to work. I hope it'll work out okay, but there's no telling. What I have been wanting to make is a heart with a autism puzzle piece in it. And so then when you put it all together, excuse me, and you reduce it down, then you can make stuff out of it. And that's my hard part, is to embed a shape inside of my cane. The only way I've been able to do that is actually not even doing it that way. I've done like extruder stuff where I've just thrown something through an extruder and then wrapped it in translucent. But this particular one has the autism puzzle piece in it. It's been made in a mold with liquid polymer clay, and I just used the different primary colors that are in the autism puzzle pieces, and I thought it turned out really cute. And it is very bendable. It doesn't break. That's one thing I love about polymer clay. Once it's baked, it is very indestructible. You have to really work hard to tear it up. And so, but I want something along that line, but I want the puzzle piece inside a heart. So I went looking through all my stuff to see what I could use as a possible template, and I had some different ideas until I finally found a heart, and I knew I had puzzle piece cutters. This is the heart that I actually use. This is a new mold I got from, I think it's Yanislav Molds. He's in Russia. But his shop, as far as I know, is closed due to the conflict up in Russia. But these are amazing molds, very well made, quite nice. But this one here, I just used the outside of it to trace my heart. It's a little bit over 2 inches wide at the widest part. But I used, like I said, I just traced the outside of the heart on a piece of paper, and that's pretty much the size that I wanted to start out with, because if you start too little, then it doesn't look very good. And then here's the cutter of the puzzle piece, and I think the ratio is quite good. It fits quite nicely. And then I just put some tape where the puzzle piece is, so that it doesn't tear or anything like that. And so this is where I'm hoping it'll work better for me if I use this template and not just like off the seat of my pants type thing. But the clays that I'm choosing are Pearl. It's the newer Pearl line from Cernit. I love Cernit clay. They're really amazing. And so I've got violet, magenta, and then the regular Pearl. And like I said, I just absolutely love the Cernit line. There isn't one I haven't tried that I didn't like. I like every single one of them. My favorite, of course, is the translucents. But the Pearl and the metallics, they're all cool too. But the Pearl is so pretty. I really like the after effects once it's completed. It's really, really nice. And this is what I was saying before. I took an extruder. This is a puzzle piece from the extruder, and I pumped out colors from the extruder of each of those colors, and then I wrapped individually in translucent where it didn't bust up the puzzle piece look. And then I, put all of those together and made a cane out of it. Well, that's like, I think I've even used up that cane. And then here's a different cane that I made. This one is with the Cernit translucent. The other one is with Primo translucent. And so yeah, I mean, and then I just recently made another one, and I haven't really made anything with it yet, but anywho, so I'm going to use this Cernit, I think it's glitter, to wrap it with. And so we'll see how this turns out. I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited. I think I can do it. I really do. This Cernit clay is not hard, and it's not real mushy either. The translucent can sometimes be a little bit mushy, but I'm just doing like a half of each one of these little blocks. These are, I think they're like 2-inch blocks. I think the Cernit is 2 inches as well. And so I'm going to do a half of each one, and so that I can make a Skinner blend. And if you don't know how to make Skinner blends, there are tons of really excellent videos on YouTube on how to make Skinner blends. And I can tell you, if you go to Turtle Soup Beads, or if you go to I'm having a brain fart. I'll have to list a few places where I can send you to if you want to look at a good Skinner blend. Yeah, this is translucent with glitter in it. So I'm just doing a small amount of each one. Oh, gotta shave that little piece off. I'm pretty sure this is the rest of my no, this is the pearl. Okay, we're mixing up pearl and glitter. And the translucent one. We're going to mix those two up together so that it's not so beigey looking. And the best way to mix is to put it through the extruder. I'm not extruder. I've got the extruder on my mind. The pasta machine. You run it through the pasta machine several times until you see that it's all blended together. But, so, see, I'm getting ready to roll it out. Ooh, that looks like a yin and yang, doesn't it? Okay, so then what we do with the Skinner blend here is I'm doing it in a a roll, tight roll. Make sure that you start it out real tight. Make sure no bubbles roll up into it. See how I'm going a little bit at a time, making sure that the sides don't go wonky or anything. Just make sure you don't get any bubbles in there. I don't like it when they shred at the side like that, but it's always fixable. Almost got it up. Almost got it all done up. I'm pretty sure I rolled it out on a 4, most likely, of my Atlas 150. Now, I noticed that there are some people that have Atlas 150 and their thickest is a 0. Well, mine doesn't start at a 0, it starts at a 1. So, there you go. See, I got a little off on the side there. So you just kind of work it all together. And so now what we have is a scanner blend plug. So I'm making sure there's no bubbles in it. Don't want it to get any bigger. So there we go. So here's the little mixture of the translucent and the pearl, the white pearl. Tell us, Mr. Wizard, what's next? Okay, so I'm rolling that one up too. Bubbles are not your friend. Believe me, bubbles are not your friend. Once you bake them and there's bubbles in your work, oh, it does not look good at all. So you'd have to try real hard and make sure you don't have any bubbles in your pieces. Okay, we got a baby plug and a mama plug. Now we're going to get out my little piece of paper. Okay, what do we got here? More pearl. More pearl clay. I always wrap my clay back up in the original wrappers if it's possible. Then I know exactly what color it is, and I can usually tell what brand it is by the way the clay is. But anyway, so we're conditioning this little piece up. Getting it all warmed up. Okay, what's next? Oh, I'm bringing my pasta machine out. And this is actually the best way to condition clay, is to run it through your pasta machine. And a lot of times when I'm rolling out stuff on the pasta machine, and if I want it to be a certain width, I'll roll it out in a certain direction. And this one here, I'm wanting it to be like more thin. So I roll it out, excuse me, lengthwise instead of widthwise, so that I have more length, because I want to roll that pearl up into the that little translucent plug that I did. Try to get it all even Steven. I like to keep my scraps separated. Scoop it up. Make sure there's no bubbles. And we just merge those little guys together till we have one little mold. Guys, I'm losing it. So now I'm gonna reduce it in, make sure there's no bubbles. One of the things I love about Cernit is it's really, really easy to reduce. Some people don't like to use this type of clay for making canes, but I think it's okay. Okay, so we need to make it fatter. Cut that little bad boy down. See the glitter in there? Okay. So I'm just gonna push it down far enough for that to fit as the puzzle piece area. So I'm going to attempt it running the entire, that little chunk through the for the puzzle piece. And I finally realized that it's probably too thick to do that. So I'm probably going to get my blade out, most likely, or not. I don't like doing these voiceovers because I can't remember what I did, but the audio got all messed up, so I do apologize, guys. Okay, so I cut it all right with the cutter, and it is kind of a wide, you know, a fat chunky cutter, so it's well, you know, able to use to cut this out. You just have to be really careful when you take it out of the cutter, because it might distort the piece that you're cutting. So we're going to clean up this little area and hopefully get out the puzzle piece in a acceptable way. But while I'm thinking of it, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. Those who have never been here before, welcome. I hope you liked the video. I have several in my catalog here. I am just basically learning as I go in the world of polymer clay and resin. Most of my videos have been polymer clay related, so but I am going to start doing some resin things before too long. I know most of my subscribers are polymer clayers or people who enjoy watching polymer clay videos. Anyway, we're having a heck of a time getting this bad boy out. What I should have done was dip it in water before I punched it through. But anyway, if you are not new to the channel, welcome back. I'm so glad you came back. I'm always willing to hear some suggestions for some topics that you'd like to see. I'm trying to do videos that you don't see all the time popping up, because I know things go in like things that are popular, then another creator will do the same thing, and then it goes through a phase, you know, where everything's all popular. Well, I'm just trying to do what I would like to learn, and so as I learn, I may have mistakes. I may have positive results, you know. I have been doing this for about darn close to 4 years now, and I've learned quite a bit, and I really love working with polymer clay and resin. So I'm hoping that you'll stay with me through this journey, and like I said, if there's anything that you'd like to see me try, I'm always up to hearing about that. And I know I get a lot of negative comments every now and again, especially on one of my older videos. The audio, I had music playing and stuff, and I had no clue how to fix it. I know the music's too loud. I've had many people report that, and I'm like, I know. So I did another video similar to it to kind of make up for it. But I am trying really hard to take your criticisms as something to help me, not to just be criticizing. There are people out there that they're just not happy unless they're criticizing you. But I take everything in stride, hoping that it was meant to help, not to hinder. I'm slowly getting this bad boy out. Yay! Now I just have to kind of wiggle it back into shape a bit. It didn't do too bad. Didn't do bad at all, did it, guys? Next time I would dip it in some water. Some people use different things as a release agent. Some people use like cornstarch. Some people use like baby powder. I like to use water as a release agent. There are some people that use, what is that tire cleaner? I can't remember what it's called. But they like to use that as a release agent. But I just soon use something simple like water. And I always keep a little spritzy bottle next to me. One with water, one with alcohol. So that I always have the ability to make my pieces look a little bit better. We're slowly getting them back into shape, aren't we? But I thought this particular piece would look good inside the heart. You know, have it light colored and then a darker color heart. Okay, now it's the big plug. I'm going to reduce that little guy down. When you're reducing your clay on a cane, you're best starting in the middle like I did, and just working your fingers around it and pushing as you go and gently pulling, and then it'll be easier to have less weird ends of your cane. A lot of times if you don't start from the middle and start pushing in the middle, you're going to have very distorted ends and you'll lose a lot of clay. So this way you're able to have less distortions and less throwaway. And we're just going to make us a big old snake out of it. Yep, safety first, Susan. Cover that thing up. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Pretty. That's pretty. I like that. Save that for something else. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, there's lots of extras that I have there. Yeah, you never throw away your scraps. Even with your scrap clay, there are so many cool things you can make with scrap clay. There's lots of videos out there on what you can use with scrap clay. I've made stropple canes. I think the lady that came up with that, her name is Alice Stropple, and she's made some amazing stuff with scraps. So that's, and you could make Natasha beads. Golly, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. You can just chop it all up and make a nice cool slab where you can make jewelry with. I mean, there's a lot of different things, and as long as you don't throw it all together to where it's going to be like mud, then I like to keep mine separated, you know, like all my lighter colors are kind of separated, and my darker colors, because, you know, you put everything all together, it lessens your opportunities for more pieces to be made. So I'm taking some translucent Cernit, and I rolled it into a snake, and then I pinched it into a triangle shape to where the triangle portion will go inside these little spaces. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to keep that particular piece that you're putting in there, it's supposed to keep it separated so that it doesn't munch into the rest of your clay piece. And right here I'm just separating it more so that you can tell. You see, I just put a little piece at a time and gently work it in. I'm just re-pinching so that we have that little space there. Oh, I gotta separate it again. It's kind of gotten distorted. I'm really hoping this cane works out because it's a great idea, but and I've tried looking to see if anybody's made anything like that, and I'm not finding it. So, okay, there's the puzzle piece, and I've got it with the Cernit translucent to divide it up. And I'm getting quite a long snake. Oh, sorry about that. My camera's being a pill. If you hit something on the table, it makes it go wonky. So, yeah, I decided to just wrap it around this little template so that I can just kind of gauge what I'm doing. It doesn't want to stay on there, does it? Oh, come on. I just have to have some patience. Okay. Put our little puzzle piece in there. And then we'll just continue to fill the heart with the purple clay. We got the basic. Oh. We had it covered. We knew what we were doing, huh? Kind of melding in the cut pieces so they don't look so cut. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Sorry, I didn't have you in frame. Okay. Let's put the heart someplace special. Right there. That's where I wanted it. We're just going to gently fill the heart in with the rest of the purple mixture. It's almost like making a cookie or something, doesn't it? It looks a lot like making a cookie. Or like a little pie or something. I forgot what those were called. What, strudels? Something like that. Now we're going to put some more in there. Fill it up to where it's nice and tall. We want it to be as high as that puzzle piece is so that it doesn't get all messed up. Because after we're done with this, then we have to cover it with translucent. Excuse me. Yeah, that's something you can do with your ends too. I forget what it's called, what those are called. But you can do that with your cane ends and stuff. I don't know why I can't remember names tonight. Oh, that was a big old mess in that. But you can make some cool stuff out of that mess too. You can chop it up, put some mica powders or glitters or something. And I mean, you can make some amazing stuff. Come on, Susan, you can get it done. I knows you can. It just does. Okay, we're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna layer this thing up until it's nice and full. I want to make sure it's strong enough so that it can withstand being reduced. And to reduce your cane takes a lot of kneading and pushing, and you're basically pushing the clay into a smaller piece, but it gets longer as you do that. So need some more. Yeah, I like what I did here, where I did just pieces, just little pieces of the purple, so that it's not all a big long tube where it's going to get all messed up. So I like working small like that. And then as you do it, you pull it away as you're rolling it, so it gets longer, but it doesn't get too skinny. You're able to control it better that way. Or, yeah, you can use that too. Just making sure the ends are as even as the middle. Because sometimes the middle gets thinner. And the reason why I don't cut away and then show it done at the end is because this is the first thing for me that I've done like this, and I want you guys to see what I do, whether it's the right thing to do or if I'm failing majorly or what. Because there's a lot of my fellow polymer clayers that watch my videos too, and a lot of times they have much better ideas. They're like, hey, why don't next time you try such and such? And I love that. I love being given positive comments or things that'll help me to be better at what I'm doing, because I really love doing polymer clay, just creating so many different things, textures and colors and shapes and sizes. There's so many things you can make. And I'm after I get done with this one, I would like to make a bunch of translucent canes, because I'd like to cover some candle holders and stuff with translucent clay, because when you put like I wouldn't put a candle in it. I'd put one of those little flicker lights, but you could do that, and boy, it could really make a real pretty flickering, you know, with that translucent clay. It's really, really pretty. Teresa at Tiny Pandora is another fabulous source. This lady is multi-talented when it comes to making canes, and she's done a lot of different videos, and I know she's got Skinner Blend videos on there too. She's a really fabulous source. This lady is very talented when it comes to polymer clay. So, well, we're almost done covering this heart up. There probably was an easier way to do it, but I figured it would be better to just fill it in like this, and then I'd know that it was all filled in without any bubbles or anything. Might be some cat or dog hair in there, but nothing else. Okay, now we flip that bad boy around. Make sure that everything is melded together. I'm trying to condition some more translucent clay. I'll get it right yet. And the reason why you would use translucent clay around the piece is because if you were to put white around it, then you would have a purple heart with a white heart around it. See what I mean? But the translucent, when you bake the translucent clay, it's pretty translucent. So basically you're seeing the heart itself, not just, you know, the clay that's wrapped around it. But another good thing about wrapping it around the clay is it gives it stability, and it gives the shape protection. So see, it'll protect the shape of the heart. So cool. Gosh, I hope this turns out. If nothing else, it's a pretty heart. I just have a funny feeling that the puzzle piece isn't going to work in there, but who knows, maybe I'll get surprised. Okay, we need to continue putting more translucent around there. Oh, I forgot. My camera got messed up and I forgot to turn it back on. So basically, this is how this little guy turned out. It didn't turn out, the puzzle piece didn't turn out. I didn't want to tell you in advance because it wouldn't be any fun. But it just kind of looked like a little something special in there. Once it's baked, it doesn't look bad. But I made them down into smaller ones where you And you can manipulate the clay to where it looks, I like the way that one looks. That one looks cute. So I would say it's not a complete fail. I mean, the purple part looks good. The puzzle piece in the middle didn't turn out so hot. But, you know, you learn from all these experiences. And so I just have to figure it out on how I'm going to make it properly. I like to do that with the canes where I leave half of it smaller and half of it larger, so you'd have a size on each side, and then the other one I just showed you was a smaller cane. And because most of the things I make are jewelry, most of my canes are smaller, but you don't want them to be too small, because then it won't work so well. But this is a set of earrings that I made with the cane. But if you look at it, it looks really cool with the pearl. It's nice and sparkly from the pearl. And you can tell they're hearts. You can tell that they're hearts. But you just can't tell what that blob in the middle is. Oh, my poor puzzle piece idea. One day I'll get it right, guys. I promise. Oh, but these turned out cute. I love the way these earrings turned out. And then I've got, yeah, I just popped holes in them. And then I'll put my earring goodies in there. And then I made this set. And then some hearts. And I put a lot of these pieces on a doming surface so that they're a little bit domed. They're not like flat, because sometimes they lay better when they have a little dome to them. I don't do it to all my stuff, but and this is a set that I've already finished. And this is, the bottom part is a resin piece that I made, because I love mixing up my mediums. That darn camera don't want to stay still, does he? But I made this set. But that one's a little more narrow of a circle. But yeah, I mean, they all look cute. I love to mix the translucent, with the clay with the resin and some metal. I think it blends in kind of cool. But I wanted to show you how the cane turned out at the end. And there's another set that I made where the circles are resin with interference violet mica powder, and then I have shredded glitter in there, holographic glitter, and then I made these little cute arrows out of that cane. And what you do is you cut the cane out into slices and you put it on a backing clay if you want. If not, just cut them a little wider, and you put them and you just make a slab basically, and you make it all nice and even, and you take your cutters and you start cutting what you want. And I have a tendency of, when I make a slab, I don't look around for the right place on the clay, because I like to get every little piece of that clay used up properly. So sometimes it looks a little off, but I try to set it up when I'm making the cane to where it looks more organized, This one I'm doing upside down. And this one, see how bendy it is? I love polymer clay, and it's so lightweight. When you're making the raw clay, when you're working with the raw clay, it actually is heavy. But once it's been baked, it's just light as air. And that's why I love the earrings, because resin is very light too. So, and I'm asking nicely to please put thumbs up and not thumbs down for this video. I tried really hard to create something. And like I said, the audio was all messed up. And so I am trying to get it better. But this voiceover hopefully helped out a lot. I think the jewelry turned out cute, and the pearly look of the clay itself is so pretty. I think it really sets it out to have that pearlescent look. And then the glitter in the translucent clay on the back, it looks really cool too. So I'm really pleased with how these earrings turned out. I've been making more earrings than anything else, so I'm quite proud of them. And if anyone's interested, I do have a little shop in on my fan page in Facebook, and you just go to Susan Makes Jewelry on Facebook, and it'll take you to my page, and you can pop onto the store. It has a lot of different things on there. Or you can DM me on Facebook. I'm happy to answer any questions. You can put some questions here on the page here once I'm done. More than happy to help all of you. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I love every one of you. Please share and subscribe and like this video. It helps me so much. So take care. Do something nice for somebody real soon, okay? I love each and every one of you. So have a fantastic one. Bye now.